Hello people, we're still here at the House of Assembly. We're just waiting for the delegation to come back from a meeting with the Premier. I will be staying on Periscope while they make their announcement. Now would be a good time to invite your friends, to tell everybody else, hey, to invite your followers, to tell them to come on Periscope now and check it out. If somebody has Facebook, put it on Facebook for me. I don't have time to link it right now.
You will know that some more juices and water here come, and just as refreshing. By all means, you can have around the corner and pick up a little juice for yourself. All right?
Let me get my flag, people. I got my flag. Hi, girl. Yes, I will friend you. Definitely send me a friend request. I will friend you. Please invite your followers who can't be here today. What tree? Okay, hold on. You saw your friends. So many people up here. So nice to see Bermudians coming together. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I need your shoulder.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, let me say, brothers and sisters, the sun is shining bright. There was a bit of rain yesterday, scattered showers today. The rain comes start to freshen everything. When they talked about showers of blessings. Now, just to give you, as we tell you, we will go to a meeting at 1 o'clock. I'm not going to tell you the individual who arranged the meeting because it's so significant, because as we came out of the cabinet office, immediately was done, all the meeting. So natural enough,
We need to let you know exactly what happened in that process. But before we do that, I can tell you that the individual that came to see us this morning before we left Union Square was Sir John Swan. Now, recognizing that, he came, and what I said to you, see, there's the kind of things we got to be careful about. Yeah, he has self-interest, but remember now, everybody who's got self-interest also has an interest. And because they got an interest, whether it's self or whatever, they got, excuse the expression, we got skin in the game. And it's about Bermuda. Yes. So while speaking, say rather was John Swan was this. Let me just say this on Saturday, as I tell you, it was a bigger group that came to see us. And then talked to the government on Sunday. I also made that statement to you. So recognizing that, so John came to us and says, well, we need to try to arrange a meeting for today, just to have a conversation. So we've had the conversation for the last 2 hours. Now we're going to just let Reverend Tweed update you as to where we are with this current process, because when the media asked me for a comment just now, I told them I chose not to give a comment, because we're going to come up here and give a comment to the people. Whilst I do understand that, Sir John, who arranged the meeting, did give the media a brief update as to what had transpired. He didn't reveal from either what either side had agreed to or disagreed to. All he said is that the government now has to have a conversation with their stakeholders, meaning the cabinet, and we're going to come back and talk to our people. Okay? Let me turn it over to Reverend Tweed.
Thank you, Brother Chris. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And so I can say that we did have a meeting that covered extensively the whole range of issues that are attendant to immigration. And we made it clear that fundamentally, in order for us to move forward, the bill had to be withdrawn. And so there is, and I believe that there is a potential resolution and a way forward. And we are hopeful that decisions will be made that are in the best interest of all Bermudians. And I would respectfully, at this point, simply say that the less detail that I disclose, that the better it will be, so that at the appropriate time, once we hear back from the other parties, that we'll be in a position to share with you much more, and we are hopeful that it will be good news, all right? And so we are quietly or calmly expectant that we may have reached a point where a resolution is in sight.
As we said this morning, and we spoke about going to the meeting at 11, and we said that we had told Sir John that we were going to be bringing 10 individuals with us. We took 2 sisters and 1 brother from the Iraq group. So I'll let one of the sisters speak because she was at the table while we were having a conversation, dialogue with Sir John, as I consider the mediator or conciliator, whatever term you want to use. And the government did have Premier, and not enough, there were 4 other cabinet ministers with him sitting at the table.
Good afternoon.
Negotiations. We were stating what our purpose and what we want for Bermuda. We wanted to ensure that all Bermudians' interests are protected. I must say that these gentlemen did an excellent job in reiterating what it is that this group by us as we wait and expect a cordial resolution to this board. Thank you.
Follow to the pin.
Thank you. Let's just clarify, and I don't think I get in any trouble for clarifying this next issue. And the next issue will be, we were having a conversation about the letter that was sent to me, that was read to you this morning, and we were having a conversation about this whole thing about a livable wage and, you know, the board, immigration board, and a few other things. There's 7 or 8 items that's on the second page. And as I said to the Premier and his cabinet colleagues in front of the media or conciliators, that these are things that we are expect that the government's going to do anyway. This is not something that should be tied to, you know, this whole question of comprehensive immigration reform and a pathways to status. That's what you should be doing. So whether that was the UBP back in the day or the PLP when they were involved, and now the FBA now that they're involved. And they conceded that these are the issues that we've been hearing about what's been taking place. So they thought they were putting, you know, in a letter addressed to myself. But I just wanted to be clear that this is not something that you're putting on the table in conjunction with leaving, you know, this whole question of pathways and status on the table. We made it clear to them, and they clearly understood, and that had to be clarified. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So now it's 10 minutes after 3 in the afternoon, unless the media has a question that can be answered, because I think that from our perspective, we've given you an update, everything that we can say to date at this present moment. And aside from where we go next, is to wait to hear from them, and once we hear from them, we'll be able to let you know what was discussed and whether or not we have an agreement or we don't have an agreement. And I want to reiterate what I said to you before I left to go down the hill. That it's so important to understand that, you know, we can get entrenched in our positions. I think governments find themselves now entrenched in a position, recognizing now they're getting all kinds of pressure, whether it's pressure from internal, whether it's external pressure to get this matter resolved. And whilst we do understand the need for them to have their position, and we have our position, but we simply can't have 1, 2, or 10 people walking around the grounds, oh well, they shouldn't be talking to the government. We made it crystal clear that if we don't talk, we get no resolution. And this matter, as a matter of national urgency, at some point in time, we're going to agree to disagree, or we're going to get an agreement. And that's always got to be the forefront of our mind, not the back of our mind, because the smaller picture is we look at what's happening today. The bigger picture is we're going to look at tomorrow, which affects our children and our children's children. And we can't lose sight of that goal. Okay? Thank you. Yes. Well, you know, to be fair, and you know, we do understand that the Premier now has to go back to his cabinet, because we made it crystal clear that we want to be able to be taken off the table. No, and we want to sit down and have, you know, we spoke about this. I think the IRA group, I think even the PLP mentioned this whole question about, you know, whether it was the bipartisan select committee. I think that's the way the PLP put it forth. I think what we've asked for is to sit down and have a conversation about comprehensive immigration reform and what that's going to look like. Now, if that's a select committee or committee that's put together, and they look at what the terms and references going to be, then that's, you know, maybe we're sitting around the table to do that work. That's the committee's work, if that's what the two groups are going to agree. If that's what the government and us are going to agree on some kind of select committee, let them go and do their work. So we don't want to get caught up in anything that needs to happen as a result of if the government agree and we agree on a committee to go away and look at what comprehensive immigration reform is going to look like and a pathway to status, and let that group do their work. That's what they're appointed to do. And all these stakeholders will be involved. Nobody's going to be left out. All the stakeholders will be involved. So that like 6 months down the road or a year down the road, somebody can say, well, I didn't have a say. We want everybody to come to the table, have their say, so when it is agreed to or not agreed to, you can say, I had my input. Okay? Sir? Okay, let me say that I don't want to preempt anything. We do know that and if I heard what was being said over to my left over, is that yes, we do expect them to get back to us before Friday. Yeah. I think that from what we were told from Sir John is that the Premier right now is currently wiring up his cabinet. We have a conversation with him. Now, whether that conversation can take 5 minutes or 2 hours or whatever, he says when they're finished talking, he'll reach out to us and let us know what they decided. So let them finish with their process, just like we're handling our process now. Let them go ahead and handle their process and get back to us. Okay?